Hey everyone, it's me Matt, and today I'm here with a custom video. This middle mech here is a custom mech that I made a while ago that was originally a modification from the King's mech from Exo-Knights, but eventually it turned out into it became its own thing. So I call this the Knight mech frame, just because of its aesthetic that I ended up going with. And you can find the instructions on Bricklink. I'll be linking that in the description, so you can find the base model, this exact model here, without the visor piece, because they didn't have that on Studio. So it's just the Hero Factory windshield piece, or visor piece, I guess. Yeah, so you can use this as a base model just to get the size and shape. I'll show off some of the details of this, and then I'll show you what you can do using this frame to make either scout types or tank types. Okay, so for the base model of the Knight mech, it's pretty standard for a mech. It's got some bulky legs, standard arms. So for this design, so you can pop open the visor, the back, and then opening the chest, you can get to the pilot inside. It opens up at the top and front. And then for his weapon, I've just got his sword, which gets a bit stuck sometimes. Okay, so for the weapon that was mounted on his back, it's just a large broadsword, and then he's also got a small mounted shield that can extend forward over his hand, so he can use it as like a small point shield to defend from other melee attacks. And then you've got like shoulder armor that's just mounted up on the side, so it gives it more freedom of movement at the arms, so there's nothing clips, because they can swivel out of the way if you need to get some more dynamic poses. So yeah, now I'll show you some of the alternate models you can make using this frame. This frame is the Scout frame, which uses a more closed canopy, shorter design, and some slight modifications to the legs. So for this, I just used the double knee. Try and get some better lighting on that. Yeah, so I just built the upper legs a little differently, so I can attach a second knee. With the arms, I just gave it some large blades. But for the main canopy, this one opens up mostly from the front, so it's kind of closer to a Titanfall mech with the completely closed canopy section. So by using like a anti-slope piece, you can just wrap around and just cover it up so it's completely enclosed. And then smaller shoulder guards. These ones don't swivel or anything, so it's just a little bit of detail there. And then with a lot of these frames you can add stuff to the back. So for this, I've got a long-range sniper rifle and grenade launcher for smoke grenades, and both of these can swivel. Just have some hinges on there. This behemoth of a mech, well, in scale of the other two, this is the tank type. So this, I've made it a bit taller, made the shoulders wider, and used a circular canopy window for the cockpit rather than the visor piece, just so it looks bigger. You've got thicker legs to support its weight, a much larger gun. I've got a large ammo rack on the back that wraps around to the gun, and that's disconnectable. So you can just pop out here, so you can close up the mech if you don't want to carry the gun around. And then I've got some missile pods mounted on independent arms, so they can be completely swiveled around. I used the spring-loaded shooters, so you just stack 4 of them together have a plate in the middle just to attach the missile ball joint to, and they look like some decent missile pods. So these are some other variants using the same frame that I've built. So I've got a mining mech that was mainly based off of power miners, using the roll cage's large shoulders, which I've mounted from the back, so you can do that for different shoulder armor. And I've also used this frame in the previous Igor modification that I made. I've got one that was Exo-Knight inspired, but also I wanted a 4-armed mech for the mech lineup that I have, which has got 2 arms with shields and 2 arms with large miniguns. And then finally I've got an even slimmer scout type. It's for jungle exploration, and it has Technic mounted legs, so these can be used as like pistons, so you can change the height of the leg. He's not going to stand, is he? It's very top heavy, that one. So I hope anyone who watches this, will go find the instructions and make their own versions. Make sure to tag me on Instagram if you use the frame, because I want to see what everyone else has done, because I think everyone would probably come up with some cooler designs than I have. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see everyone's builds.